5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live. Life is fragile and can all change in a heartbeat. That's why we revel in the joy of a braai with friends or playing on the beach with the kids. Our ability to access top medical care when we need it and our ability to afford it directly influences our quality of life. South Africa offers world-class medical care and is supported by a very mature insurance system. Medical schemes enable members to get the very best care. But it is also an industry that is highly regulated to ensure the rights of the insured are protected with provisions like prescribed minimum benefits. These benefits apply to all schemes who must provide every policyholder with fair access to essential cover for major chronic conditions. Even with these safeguards in place, accidents, medical emergencies, and life-saving procedures can be financially devastating.
I remember I was quite upset. The surgeon's receptionist asked if I understand that difference is for my own pocket. I said, what difference? That's when I found out 100% doesn't mean everything is covered. It turns out the amount covered by my medical scheme is not the rate that private doctors charge. Their fees can be substantially higher than the insured amount, sometimes even up to 300%. And members have to pay the balance. I never understood that until I needed this surgeon to save my child's life. It nearly bankrupted me, but it was my child's life hanging in the balance. It was a tough year.
One man saw how this tariff gap could financially ruin people's lives and vowed to help prevent it. His name was Tiago de Carvalho, and his promise to properly service clients was the birth of Ambledown Financial Services. In 2004, Tiago registered Ambledown with the purpose to build new bridges across the gap between the rates covered by medical schemes and the actual fees charged by private healthcare providers. It was the start of an incredible journey of innovation to preserve quality of life. Ambledown's initial products were aimed at covering the tariff gap on overall hospital limits. But soon, co-payments were identified as another shortfall, and it was added to the benefits offered. In those early years, Ambledown was also the first to introduce a medical scheme contribution waiver on death or disability. Armed with this initial set of revolutionary benefits, Ambledown Gap Cover became the first augmentation insurance available to independent brokers for medical schemes.
There's nothing worse than helping a client with the best medical scheme options they can afford, and then getting a call saying, "I can't afford my medical expenses. I need to take out a loan to service my shortfall." That's when Ambledown came along.
Recognizing the potential of Ambledown Gap Cover, 12,000 members signed up in the first year alone to protect their families and themselves from financial strain. As a result, we developed NEO, our very own administration system, to meet the demands of the business. With constant advances in surgical procedures, technology, research, and pharmaceuticals, the medical industry is always changing. Keeping a close eye on changes, analyzing trends, and understanding its impact is a constant source of Ambledown's innovation. The industry is always changing to manage its risks. Like in 2006, when medical schemes moved away from overall hospital limitations because prescribed minimum benefits carried very high hospitalization costs. Medical schemes instituted sub-limitations on specific procedures instead. Soon, certain specialized outpatient radiology co-payments and sublimits for internal prostheses or appliances created huge gaps for medical aid members. From that, the modern-day sublimitation benefit that most gap cover policies now offer was pioneered.
The doctor told me my best chance for survival was a new biodrug that medical aids rarely cover. Between the surgery and the intensive chemo, my medical aid benefits were spent. My choice was to wait and see, or bankrupt my family.
In the mid-2000s, Tiago sat down for his weekly treat of investigative journalism on Carte Blanche. What he saw of the then medical scheme managed care rules filled him with disgust. A cancer patient reported that Herceptin could have been used to treat her breast cancer. But the medical scheme declined this expensive biodrug, and after a period of unsuccessful traditional treatment, a mastectomy was necessary to save her life. With a strong belief that no one should be forced to choose inferior treatments or prohibitive co-payments, Tiago introduced a cancer benefit to cover the shortfall.
I didn't have to choose the second best. Ambledown is the only gap cover that includes biodrugs in their policy. Because I'm an Ambledown member, I could get the biological cancer medicine that would have the best results.
Cancer still creates much fear around treatment and survival, including financial survival due to the medical costs. To stay on the forefront of cancer treatment, and in keeping with the tradition of bridging gaps, Ambledown added immunotherapy to the portfolio. BioEnsure, a cancer stem cell banking solution that cryogenically stores a person's immune system, was also included in the 2014 benefit options. This proactive approach to safeguard members is what sets Ambledown apart. It is also the mindset that led to the introduction of a casualty ward benefit in 2010, which was eagerly adopted by most gap cover providers in the market. And by 2012, it was the driving force that inspired trust in more than 100,000 policyholders. But even considering all the groundbreaking medical scheme augmentation products created to safeguard its members, a stark reality remains. Millions of South Africans cannot afford medical aid. Ambledown saw this massive gap as early as 2005 while helping a trade union design a contingency policy for members who weren't able to get medical aid. For almost a decade, Ambledown wrestled with solutions to fill this seemingly insurmountable challenge. One of them was the creation of the first wellness fund for the provision of primary healthcare for bargaining council members. Building on this experience, Ambledown Financial Services embarked on a major initiative to provide a primary healthcare insurance solution that could give millions of underserved South Africans the healthcare they needed. And in 2013, one of the most comprehensive networks of private GPs, dentists, and optometrists in the country came online, providing working South Africans who cannot afford medical scheme membership access to quality private healthcare. It was the birth of Unity Health. As medical expenses escalate, one of the risks to members of medical schemes is the correct identification and claim for treatment of a chronic condition under their prescribed minimum benefits, also known as PMBs. Taking active steps to mitigate the financial risk to members, Ambledown introduced a carefully managed process to recover PMB claims from medical schemes as part of the claims process. This helps to ensure that claims submitted to medical schemes who are by law obligated to cover PMBs are correctly allocated and paid for by the funds. This ensures that these gaps do not become another financial burden for members. Last year, the non-DSP facility and the outpatient co-payments were added for a PET scan. Ambledown has an exemplary track record in administration and underwriting and is trusted by both government and the private sector. As a testament to this, Ambledown has been awarded the administration of 750,000 EMS policies of South Africa's largest emergency medical service provider, ER24. With the fourth industrial revolution churning, a bold, new digital plan was launched in 2019. Artificial intelligence was introduced for advanced data analytics.
I am Ambot, Ambledown's artificial intelligence. My job is to break traditional constructs and analyze big data to help my human colleagues make critical decisions. My job has certainly become far more interesting, but the goal of the company has not changed. Ambledown was built to ensure the financial well-being of its policyholders, regardless of the medical trials and tribulations they are forced to endure. Healing sickness and injury should not bankrupt families. To guarantee that, we needed to build a strong, responsible company. Gathering and analyzing key data points since inception, I can stand here before you and make 3 bold statements. Ambledown is the trusted leader in health insurance. Ambledown reliably pays claims. Ambledown is constantly looking into the future to provide better service today. Our company has grown consistently. From our start in 2004, premium incomes exceeded 100 million rand in 2007, 500 million rand in 2016. We broke through the 1 billion rand mark in 2018, and 2 years later, premium incomes are on track to exceed 1.5 billion rand. For medical expense shortfall cover, we administer 146,896 policies, representing an estimated 324,000 lives. We administer and provide underwriting management services to 28,812 hospital cash policies, representing approximately 86,000 lives. We administer and provide underwriting management services to 32,489 funeral members, including extended family dependents. These policies represent approximately 109,000 lives. We provide policy management and underwriting management services to roughly 750,000 EMS members. And primary healthcare membership is roughly 20,096 principal members and 32,873 beneficiaries. Ambledown is trusted with the administration and management of policies that protect more than 1.5 million lives. Our market share is roughly 30% on administration and 62% on underwriting management services in the gap market, making Ambledown the undisputed market leader in gap cover. Ambledown reliably pays claims. During any given week, we finalize between 800 and 1,000 claims. In the last financial year, from July 2019 to June 2020, Ambledown paid 228 million rand in gap cover claims, including emergency medical services, stated benefits, and primary health care administered by us. We paid 251 million rand in claims to protect our members. Looking at the past 5 years, Ambledown paid 433,632 claims, totaling 1,974,432,996 rand and 47 cents. On average, the number of claims paid per year was 86,726. The total amount paid per year was 394,886,599 rand and 29 cents. And the average turnaround time for the submission of a claim is 10 days. When our members and their families are challenged with the most difficult situations life can throw at them, they need to know that their preparations are worth it. In the 2020 financial year, one of our members lost their pilot's license and also their income due to disability. We helped them avoid financial disaster by paying their claim of 1 million rand. The largest gap cover claim paid during 2020 was 150,394 rand. On screen, it is just a number. Understanding that the number can mean the loss of your house, the end of a relationship, or a lifetime of working to pay off debt is why the team at Ambledown are passionate about their purpose. Ambledown is more than just a business. We are family and treat our clients and our brokers like family. and we are willing to fight for our family. Ambledown CEO Tiago de Carvalho for demarcation on behalf of members in the collective interest of all the stakeholders. And we also fought the change of the broker commission percentage, which is the reason the stepped commission structure is in place. Each client is unique and special to us. At Ambledown, we know we make a real difference in their lives. And to do that, we have to be one step ahead. Ambledown is constantly looking into the future to provide better service today. In 2019, Ambledown was the first company in the medical industry to take its annual product launch online. Long before COVID opened everyone's eyes to the benefits of remote work, Ambledown already understood that a virtual launch event meant saving time for brokers. To prepare for the next decade, the team at Ambledown is looking far beyond next year. By re-engineering processes, using big data, and introducing cutting-edge AI analytics, we can make faster decisions. Headlines say, the South African economy is suffering, but the economy doesn't have a nervous system, or emotions, or worries. The people are suffering. Millions of jobs have been lost. But at Ambledown, our mission has not changed. Ambledown was built to protect its members from financial disaster when they are sick or injured. Our job is to adapt, innovate, and evolve with the best knowledge and tools available to secure the insurance risk pool and pay our members' claims when they need it most. At Ambledown, we embrace technology for one simple purpose: to be more human.
Ambledown became the first gap cover provider to develop an app specifically targeted at its brokers, transitioning both brokers and members to faster, paperless policy applications and claims. But nothing could prepare us for 2020 and the first global pandemic in 100 years. The coronavirus had a devastating economic impact. Responding to the immediate need of South Africans, Ambledown and our trusted insurer Constantia invested in a major COVID-19 support benefit. Our members are under immense stress because of the coronavirus pandemic. By building the COVID-19 support product and offering it to them free of charge, we protect their best interests and empower them to manage the uncertainty. Ambledown and Constantia have also added an IV online learning support benefit for high school learners, providing them with top resources to cope with the latest developments entering 2021. Ambledown will extend the premium waiver benefit to include gap cover premiums, and the annual overall limit will increase to 173,000 Rand. The history of Ambledown is the story of looking into the future, of seeing the needs of our people, of finding the threats to their financial security, and designing solutions to protect them and their families. We were the first to address so many gaps: co-payments, sublimitation, cancer treatment, out-of-hospital treatment, and casualty ward benefit. Every modern-day comprehensive gap product is basically a myriad of Ambledown's benefit innovations, and we will continue innovating so our members can live secure in the knowledge that should they or their families suffer an insured event, they will be covered, so they can focus on supporting each other on their road to recovery. Our members and our brokers are our family. We can't keep them from getting sick or protect them from accidents, but we can make sure that they don't also have to worry about their financial future because their health fails. We can help them spend carefree time with their families, knowing that they have made the best choice to provide for them whatever happens. That's why we have grown from 12,000 policies in 2004 to caring for 1.5 million lives in 2020.